Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Reality Notes. I'm Sheena,
And I am Leah.
and this episode today is going to be our side note series where we focus on one juicy topic that has caught our eyes recently, something we've listened to, something we've watched, something we've read. And today we are talking about Lena Dunham's new series, Too Much. So, caveat, we did actually plan to record this last week. So, sorry, we had a week off, but
Yeah.
things just got a little
My
too
fault.
hectic.
Yeah. I was hungover. Yeah.
Leah had a bit of a big Saturday night, as she should.
As I should. It was my first night away. It was my first night away from Gigi without breastfeeding, so I really
Oh, yeah.
went
When you
for it.
said my first night away, I was like, what do you mean? You've been without her before.
No, but only for like
Without
one other
breastfeeding.
night, but without breastfeeding too. So I was like, woo, mum's out.
Yes, you're like, let loose.
And
And
then the
like,
next day I was like, whoa, I felt so, oh my gosh, so dead. Sheena sent me a meme that was like, imagine, like, what did it say? Imagine how, like,
oh,
unhinged
yes,
we would be if we didn't have hangovers. And I was like,
literally.
wow, yeah,
Yeah,
would not be
literally.
good.
But like, don't be so hard on yourself. And this speaks to anyone. Like, if you have a blowout and you're in your mid 30s, obviously we don't recover like we used to in our 20s, but
Mm-mm.
don't be so hard on yourself. And like,
Yeah,
especially
I
when there
was,
is children involved, like you're even more harder on yourself. But it's like,
yeah.
you're allowed to go out and have fun and let loose, let your hair down. Like, it's a good release.
Thanks.
It's like not
Thanks,
letting you do it
Mama.
all the time.
No,
Anyway, yes.
yes.
So apologies for the week off, but
Yeah.
it's given us a bit more time to digest this series. And
Mm-hmm.
I have also rewatched like some of my favorite bits. I know you didn't want to. You were like, don't think I can do it.
I no, okay, wait. So this is so interesting because I started rewatching it and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I actually love it even more. I think
I loved
watching it the first time, I don't know what it was. It felt like I couldn't really enjoy it. It's like I was
it.
looking for the Lena Dunham's like esque. I was just like trying to read into it too much, maybe. Like I couldn't just sit
Yeah.
back and take it for what it was and just enjoy it. Whereas
Enjoy, yeah.
watching it this second time around, and I'm only up to episode 5, but
Mm.
I was like, oh, I just the dialogue sits in more. Like it's so good. Her right, like literally every sentence is
Literally everything.
so loaded with like so much of Lena Dunham and her brilliant writing. It's just everything is so brilliant and I'm
Carefully
just
crafted.
really enjoying it. Do you know what I missed? I missed this huge chunk of episode 5 where it goes back to her relationship with Zeb. So it's also spoiler alert if you
Oh,
have
yeah.
not if you have not finished watching Too Much and you don't want spoilers, then
Maybe come
turn
back
this off,
to us.
pause,
Yeah.
go watch it, and then come back because there will be spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
But I missed out on a huge chunk, and I was like, "Fuck, I missed this."
Episode
But yeah,
5
episode
cut
5.
me
Oh,
deep. But
oh,
we'll get to that. We'll
yes.
get to that. So, overall thoughts. I mean, I I just really loved it. Like Lena Dunham said in an interview that she wanted to make people feel cozy when they watched it.
Mm,
And she wanted these characters to feel like they were your friends, that like you really knew them. And I feel like she fucking nailed that.
mm,
And I think, I mean, it is getting a lot of criticism, but there's also people that love it as well. But
mm-hmm.
I think that the show, like, it beautifully captures the nuances of a modern romance. Like it's tender, chaotic, intense, it's fun, it's cozy. Like Will Sharpe, absolute
Oh,
dream boat. I
yeah, isn't
can't
he?
get over it. I said to Anthony when I was watching it, I was like, oh, I've got a new crush. He was like, oh, excuse you. He was like laughing about it. And I was like,
I
and
could
then it's just
so
become
see
a
that
running
too.
joke now. I'm like, sorry, I'm just leave me alone to watch my crush. Thank you. And then yesterday he was like, so have you watched any more interviews with your crush? Because I was like, you know, in
Oh,
my
you went
YouTube
down a rabbit
hole
hole. You do
watching Will Sharpe.
okay. What did you find out about him?
Oh, it was just like interviews with him and him and Megan.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, I've
So
seen
like
like the red
press.
flag, green flag, where
Yeah,
they
like
do the
just I was
press.
just
Yeah.
watching more, and because I know that he's English, right? But
Mm,
I didn't think that the accent he had in this show was his actual accent. I thought he was putting it on a bit more to be a
mm.
bit more like, yeah, hello, governor, kind of thing. But then in the interviews, I'm like, oh no, that's his actual
I
voice.
think that Felix is as much Will Sharpe as it is Lewis. What's his name? Lena Dunham's husband, Louis Felber. Louis
Louis
Febler
Felber.
or Louis, yeah. However, if you're British or French.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah,
it just,
right.
yeah, the way that he plays it, it's very, in the
Oh,
acting world we like to call it mumblecore, where
yeah.
it's very much like it's very casual, it's very
Oh,
normal speaking, it's mumbly,
he doesn't really
you're
open his
not
mouth much, does he?
no, he doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like it's just like obviously she set out to tell a love story,
Mm,
but it doesn't just tell a love story. Like you feel like you're living inside it. Like I literally felt like I was in the room with them.
mm.
And as you said, like the writing is just like so unmistakably Lena.
So
It's like
fucking good.
layered, honest,
Mhm.
cringeworthy, like filled with depth. You're right. Like every single
Mhm.
piece of dialogue is like so thought out, so well crafted. There's like a deeper meaning or like a reference back or like you have to
The
be
pop culture
really, yeah,
references,
there's
you have to
so
be
many,
on it.
and that's how she did it with girls. Like there was so many references, and I feel like there's still so much that would have gone over my head in the show of like that she
Oh,
referenced. But
yeah.
oh,
Because I feel like because Lena Dunham is such an observer of of humanity really, and
mhm.
especially of cool people and
Yeah, yeah,
like the
like
hipster-ish vibes, like
subcultures, like
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And that definitely came through, the whole indie vibe of it. I was like, oh God, here we fucking go. This is so up Sheena's alley. I can imagine her being at like one of
Me in
these
2015.
concerts.
Oh god. But I feel like the indie vibe, she took it to that next level where it was like, oh my god, come on. Like, just
Wait, when
kind
we
of like
first
mocking
see
it, tongue in
Felix and
cheek.
he's like got lipstick on, he's got his nails painted, I was like, he's just
The
so
friend,
funny.
he's a friend, like housemate. I was like, oh my god. Like he was
Oh,
hilarious. But at the same time, I
yes.
was like, fuck. And did you see Raven Smith is in it? There's so many like cameos. But Raven Smith, you know that he's like a comedian and an author. He's English, but I always send you his memes. He's like the
Yes.
meme king. Him and
Yes.
Evan Ross Katz are like the meme kings.
Yes, yes,
But
yes,
he's
yes,
just
yes.
so quick-witted and funny. And he was
Wait,
in
when is he in
the
it?
wedding scene. I was like, oh my god, that's Raven Smith. He was just like he just had a little cameo as like one of Felix's friends. And
Oh, yes, yes,
he,
yes.
yeah,
Yep.
it was just, yeah, yeah. But tell me what you thought about Jess. Let's get to
Okay,
Jess.
Jessica. Yes, Jessica. I felt like she was like so flawed but so brilliant, so honest, so vulnerable. Like really is just Jessica is for anyone who feels like a mess, anyone who feels like they've tried to, or like they're second guessing themselves,
Mm.
anyone who like word vomits all over the place, anyone who feels awkward in social settings, anyone who's just like literally trying to survive. And she said that in the series, and I just felt like she did such a good job, Lena, in terms of writing this character. And like Lena writes what she knows, she writes from such a personal place, which I
Mm.
think it's such a brilliant way to write. I think that's how we see things that are so honest, because it's real, it like comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
And it at times it is awkward, it is hard to watch sometimes, like the mannerisms. But I think that I also felt that way watching Girls for the first time and watching
With Hannah.
Hannah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt that. And I think you feel this again with Jessica.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
watching it the second time around, it's definitely not as jarring as it was the first time. I will say
Yeah.
that.
Again,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you know her character more, and
You
she's
know
a
the
good
arc
person.
and you know where it
Yeah.
comes from, whereas the first time you're just like,
Oh, she's annoying.
why?
She's
Yeah, she's
cringe. Yeah,
annoying.
kind
Like,
of thing.
why are you doing that? But again, it's somebody who you're watching the most cringe version of yourself. Like, I feel like everybody goes through that. The one example that like really stands out for me was when Felix talks to her about, and trigger warning, but like being sexually assaulted when he was younger. And then she just like dives straight in with like, oh yeah, I think that I was too when I was younger by something. And it's just that, you know, when if you've ever had a conversation that's kind of like that with somebody and there's never a right thing to say, but you're trying so hard to come up with the right thing to say, and it really just depends on the person and the scenario and all of those things. And I think that that kind of encapsulates where we've all been. And you're like, oh God, that's so like, don't say that, don't make it about yourself. But you're just trying to make the other person feel comfortable. And I feel like that's really what Jessica's character is she's constantly just trying to make people around her feel comfortable by her vulnerability and by being open and honest. And sometimes it lands and sometimes it fucking doesn't.
Yeah, and like
it's like,
not thinking before she speaks.
yes.
And like, hello, the character of Jess is meant to be too much. Like, that is the whole premise of the show. Like,
Yes.
she is a lot. Like, she's cringe, she's annoying. But I just feel by the end of it, you really pull back the layers and you see the deeper, beautiful person that she is. She just wants to make everyone happy, you know, that everyone that walks into her life happy.
I think you said it so beautifully before when you said that it's basically like we're in the same room as them and we're like right with them. And I think that's what makes it uncomfortable. That's what makes it feel a bit too much at times, is because it's like if you were in that same room and that was your friend, you'd be like, oh my God, this is awkward. You know, it's just that it's that human instinct to feel that way. It's like watching somebody who is outwardly bearing all of the shadow that we are like trying to hide, or they're trying to hide it, but it's not hidden at all, if you know what I mean. So it's just that it's like she really captures the essence of what it is to be a girl who's not super sure of themselves. That's not the right way to describe her. It's just like a girl who's trying to fucking survive, like everyone, like literally everyone. And yeah, I loved it. I think Lena Dunham is the voice of our generation. Like,
she literally is the voice of our generation. But yeah, I feel like anything that Lena makes, you know that the character development is going to be rich and thoughtful. Like, you know that if it is a rom-com, the lead guy isn't going to be the typical romantic lead. Like, so many people would be turned off by Felix. So many people are like, oh, he's unemployed. He's
God.
You know, that tortured musician. He doesn't wake up before noon. He's a reformed party boy, a fuck boy.
He doesn't know what the difference between polyamory and monogamy is. I was like, come on, Felix. Like, you're smart. You're smart. Please don't tell me that you don't know what that means. It's just,
And he doesn't know the definition of love bombing. But I feel like instead of reducing him to a cliche, because there are so many fuckboy indie, like, I've dated many in my life. I've dated many a Felix, but without the like good person, charming part of Felix.
Underneath it,
but I feel like Lena presented him as this deeply soulful, complicated human being. And I just, fuck, he's such a dreamboat. The scene of him rolling a ciggy, leaning against the goals with his hair in a bun.
Honestly, I know exactly what you're talking about. In his trackies with the leather jacket, the trackies, shoes.
I had to take a video.
Oh my gosh, Sheena, for you to watch later.
Oh my!
Yes, I know exactly. I was like,
he's so hot.
This makes me want to smoke. Although I've never been one for rollies. I'm like, oh no, give me a fucking tailor-made cigarette.
But what did you think of him? Because he's obviously not your type at all.
He's not my type at all.
Did you feel like he was charming? Like, did you get Like, did you kind of like fall in love with him like I did, or no?
Yeah, probably not to the extent that you did, but I first of all, like, I love a British accent. You guys know this about me by now. I
God.
fucking love a British accent. I loved how, like, there was one part in, I think it was like episode 2 maybe, or 3, where they've stayed up all night, and then they're like having sex while she's brushing her teeth, and then she's kind of like, he doesn't come, and she's like, oh, was that me, did I do anything
Oh,
wrong? And he kind of
no.
just is like, you know how that I fucking find you so sexy, like, what are you fishing for
Yeah.
compliments now? That's the kind of, I guess, like a Britishness of people that I love too. It's that
Mm,
there's so much so much sarcasm and humor and
mm.
honesty as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
honesty
really
without
loved
being
him.
rude.
Do you
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
really got me, which I felt so seen, is
Yeah.
when they're sitting on the couch watching, this is in the same episode when they're watching Paddington, and I was like, oh my God, I've had those exact same thoughts watching Paddington, because Gigi loves to watch it, and I was watching it and I
Oh,
was like, this is brutal. Like,
I haven't seen
why
it.
is this in a kid's movie? Literally. Uncle Pastizo. Like, it's not necessary. They could have just started when Paddington gets dropped off to London. But like, it's so sad, the start of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so seen. And the way that he's got,
The
she's like,
space
the buns. I was like, he
buns.
looks like Paddington too. He just
She knew
looks
what
like a
she was doing there.
oh,
That's one of my notes. I was like, space buns watching Paddington. Lena knew
yeah.
what she was doing there. Oh, it's just
Everything, and
love.
this is like, I think that she's seen someone watch Paddington, and then her mind goes
It's
from that,
all real
or
life
she's
examples.
watched
Yeah.
Paddington and she's thought, like I have thought exactly that. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
Lion King with Mufasa. It's like, is this like okay for children to be watching this? But I guess,
Oh my God,
we
that's
start
so
talking about death
true.
early.
Don't even.
What did you think of the casting?
Okay, so at the start, I was like, whoa, there's so many characters here. I was like, is this like another and just like that situation where you're like, there's too many characters. I don't give a
What are
fuck
we
about
doing?
these new characters or whatever. But I was pleasantly surprised. I feel like all of the characters played a purpose. Their characters made sense. The casting, amazing. Rita Wilson. I've
Oh my
written here
gosh.
Matilda's mum. What's her name?
It says Reba
Reba
Perlman.
Perlman? No, what's her name? Matilda's mum. Hello.
Wait, isn't that it? Wait, who's Reba Perlman? Oh, is that from Matilda?
Hang on, wait.
Yes.
Matilda's mum.
No, I know exactly who you mean.
Something Perlman. Matilda's mum.
And Rita Wilson was Marnie's mum in Girls.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Jacinta told me that. I was like, wait, she was too. I thought the casting of the family was so perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Andrew Reynolds was basically Elijah.
Yeah.
It's like if him and Hannah were him and Elijah in this series.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
not mad about it at all. Like, I thought that was so, I loved, for me, what I would love to see more of is the family dynamics. Do you know what? And I would love to see more of Lena Dunham. I couldn't get enough of her when she was acting, and it just makes me want to go back and rewatch Girls again. And I think like Girls is already going through a resurgence, but I think that this will just make it even bigger, because she is like, not only is she a brilliant writer and director, but she plays, and I think it's because she writes these characters from her own personal world.
Yeah.
The way that she plays her character is so brilliant, and I just fucking love it. I loved Megan Stalter as Jessica, but it took me a little bit to warm up. It did feel like it was somebody fitting into somebody else's costume for a little bit.
Reckon?
And I don't feel that as much the second time around when I've started to watch it again, but definitely in the first one. And maybe that was just because I know that this has come from Lena. I've seen Girls. I was maybe envisioning these lines coming out and being delivered by Lena herself.
Hannah Horvath.
Hannah Horvath, yeah. Maybe a voice of my generation, or a voice of a generation.
But do you know Lena didn't audition anyone. She picked she wrote this with with Megan in
in
mind,
mind.
which is just
And
wild.
so Megan Salter is a comedian, and she came to internet fame during the pandemic, where she basically would make her own characters and then do like a chat to camera, like a POV of these characters. And one of them that they reference a lot in people's critiques of Too Much. And when they're talking about Megan, and the one is, she's like, "Hi, gay." It's basically like she's like the PR person or like an influencer doing a chat to camera for like a butter company. And she's like, just goes into all these, and she's Southern in it. And it's just, I'm doing actually like schmozzle job of explaining this, but please, for your own sake, please go and watch Megan Salter's Hi Gay clips, because they're so fucking funny. And I loved her. Like, I saw her in Hacks, and she's fucking brilliant in Hacks. And so this just took me a little bit to warm up to her in this kind of role. But I think that if Lena wasn't going to play it, then Megan is the right choice.
Yeah. Agree. I also think Emrata was really good.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Although, okay, my critique, let's get into our critiques.
Yes.
I don't think we needed the storyline of Dear Wendy Jets. Like, why did we need that?
You don't?
I don't think, no. And I feel like this is why the critics are saying it's too Emily in Paris vibes. Like, it made it feel a little bit too kitsch almost with that.
Okay.
I feel like there's like two different
stories going on.
Yeah, there's like the love story between her and Will Shuttle. What's his name? Felix, yeah. And then there's I definitely think there needed to be the ex storyline, because hello, that's why she moved to London.
Yes.
But the Dear Wendy Jones thing, I don't know. I don't think it was needed.
I totally get what you're saying. I definitely think that, yeah, like I never thought that, but now that you've mentioned it, I get what you're saying. But I think that, yeah, they definitely needed a through line. I thought it was really clever, but also I was like, God, that feels like so anxiety inducing, that you're literally just pouring your heart out on like, not even just to like your videos that you're recording yourself, like literally you're having them on Instagram set on private. This is such a millennial thing of me to say, but I didn't even know that was possible. But my mind just kept on going back to, do you remember when TikTok like released everyone's drafts?
Yes.
Like, this just how, if you're already an anxious person, this seems like this doesn't seem in character. This doesn't seem the right thing to do. But I get that it was an artistic expression, and also it ties into her really wanting to be a director, and it's kind of, she makes her own little videos.
Yeah.
But you're right. But I didn't, you
didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. I didn't
hate it while watching
I didn't hate it.
But I just thought, I mean, I suppose it adds to the comedic value of it all. Like, it's like quite funny. And then that scene where she thought that Felix had left the house, and she's doing a piece to camera, and he hears her.
Like, wait till you hear the door close, girls. Seriously. And go out. Like, if that was me, I would not stay in the bathroom. I would go outside and watch him walk down the street. And then, like, I would be so guarded about making these videos. Also, just the way, this is the other next level awkward thing, is that, like, the way that she just does them in a public toilet. Like,
that was weird.
That's not a private. Just because people can't see you, like, that's not private at all, girl. Like, what the fuck? And it just kind of goes to show that I think, like, she wanted to get caught, because then when Kim, her co-worker, catches her in the bathroom, and then she has that conversation about being messy, and then Kim like asks her about it, and then she just goes ahead and shows her. So she's not really trying to hide it, even though it's like, for me, that would be something that would be so fucking embarrassing. I'd be like, these are for my eyes only. Like, yeah.
Like, I get that it's a form of therapy for her. It's kind of like, you write a letter to someone but then don't send it, or you write a text but then don't send it. Maybe that was her way of coping. Everyone deals with things in their own way. Like, I get that. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Any other critiques?
No, that was it for me. Well, I didn't even have a critique. Although I think my critique was that I would have liked to see more of Lena. more of her character, more of the sister. Because I
Mm.
think that one of your things was how annoying Lena made her in the first episode. I fucking loved
Yes.
the first 2 episodes. I
Oh, see,
think
I
that
didn't.
it really highlighted Lena's writing. I was like, she's come back to play. Like, this is just all the little one-liners and the family
Mm.
dynamics, like literally all of them sitting in the lounge room,
Oh, yeah.
the mum's doing the small movements, and
Mm.
then she's sitting there cutting her toenails, and I just fucking loved those family dynamic moments. That was really made it for
Yeah,
me.
no,
I
that
could have
was
watched
nice.
a whole series literally just of
Just
them,
of that?
just of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I
And
love.
I love Andrew Rannells. I love anything he does. I think Elijah was my standout character in Girls. Like, it's
Yeah,
just,
oh,
I
he's,
just
yeah.
fucking love him
It is hard
so
for me.
much.
It was hard for me to remove him from Elijah. Like, he was just Elijah
Mm,
to me. So maybe that is a little critique of mine as well.
yeah.
So the moments that stood out.
Yeah.
Episode 5 for me.
Oh,
Oh
I mean,
my
and I'm just
God.
rewatching that again and seeing
Woo!
bits that I didn't see before. The whole storyline of Lena's character and, I was going to say Elijah, and Andrew Rannell's character, I didn't see that breakdown. I didn't see them together in that scene. I completely missed that. I feel like you understand so much. And people have said that this episode is such a pivotal episode for them. There's been a lot of critique that it was kind of like flat up until then, and then it turned, and then that's where you understood a lot of it. I didn't feel
A
that
lot
at
of
all.
her. Yeah. And we're
Yes.
talking about, so guys, it's an episode that is focused on Jess and her ex, Zev.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the episode is flashbacks to their relationship,
Mm-hmm.
the beginning of it, and then the breakdown of it. And then that scene of her sitting at the kitchen table in the dark, and he walks in the door, and just the monologue that she delivered. Oh, oh my God, like, just incredible. And the way that the way that he treated her, the
Mm.
fact that, the abortion scene as well,
Okay, see,
like,
I missed all this. I don't know when
did
I saw
you?
in your notes that you were like the abortion scene, and I was like, excuse me, what? Wait, when? So that's why I've started to go back, and I'm realizing that this episode 5, I don't know what happened, if I like accidentally clicked forward or if I just stepped out to make a sandwich or something.
Sandwich. I think that was a really pivotal episode, and you need to watch that episode to understand her character. And that's why, like, people that have said, oh, I couldn't watch it past episode 1, I'm like, please just hang
Mm,
in there. Like,
Gabs,
she's
we're talking to
not
you.
annoying once Gabs won't listen to this, but people like
I've outed
Gabs
her
that
anyway.
have turned it off after episode 1, just please, just give it a
Okay,
go.
so what stood out for me
Mm.
was I think it was in episode 3, was where Jessica talks about her dad and her childhood. And I was like, oh, it just kind of like you get a glimpse into how much she loved her
Mm.
dad and the pain that she must be carrying. She talks about how he died when she was young, and it
Mm.
was
Like 5, I
from
think, or something.
Parkinson's disease. And so she doesn't really remember it, but she remembers his delicate hands, and she remembers how he like said that you need to be able to roll a joint and peel a boiled egg and all these things. And it was just like, I just loved that moment. I think that's what Lena does so well, is that there's these beautiful intimate moments that are just kind of there. They're not in your face at all. Like, they're just conversations that happen, and they happen in random moments at like 3 o'clock in the morning when you've been up talking and making love all night. And then it's followed by sarcasm and her amazing sense of humor. And I just like, there's so many bits throughout it. Oh my God, the ketamine scene.
Oh my
I
God, the
was like, that
ketamine
is so
scene.
fucking London. Why are all the kids these days doing
Doing
ketamine?
ketamine. But also, wait, just going back to
Yeah.
Jessica's dad. Do you know that, like, that was played by Christopher Abbott? That's Charlie in Girls.
Wait, no, it's Kit Harrington.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I thought it
Oh
was
my God.
Christopher Abbott.
Okay, wait.
Hang on.
Do you know,
That's
this is so funny.
Kit Harington, like the Game of Thrones guy.
Yes, Jon Snow. Okay, so because
Oh my God, you're right.
when I watched it, I thought that it was Charlie as well. And I was like, is that Charlie? I can't tell
Yeah.
if it's Charlie or not, but I know he looks so familiar. It's Charlie, but is it Charlie? I couldn't
Wait,
nail
it's
my.
not.
And then I saw a like write up of the cast, and I was like, Kit Harington. Wait, what was he in it? And then I was like, oh my God, he was Charlie.
You're
He was
right.
Jessica's dad.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
so
that would make sense because I was like, oh, that's nice. Like him and Lena have like made up because there was the beef that
Yes.
happened with them. That makes sense. Okay, so it wasn't Christopher Abbott.
Yes, no, it was Kit
Kit
Harington.
Harington.
Yes.
I love.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
beautiful.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so
loved
the
that bit.
ketamine scene and like all the friends. I mean, I
Oh.
feel like that episode was probably my least favorite.
Well, that was
I
episode
think
5, but that
sorry,
was the
that-
beginning.
that,
That,
like,
was the beginning. That little
scene.
snippet.
Yeah.
There were some bits that I hated. I hated when he's fallen off the wagon and he goes and has that bender at what's
with
her
that
name?
older lady.
Yes, from Ab Fab. What's her name? It's the it's not it's the other one from
Jennifer
Ab Fab.
Saunders.
Oh my God. Jennifer Saunders. Yes.
Is it?
So good. Yes.
I did not
but
even
that
realize.
just made me feel sick, and I think that's having known what like a bender is like. It just felt so seedy, which obviously it's supposed to. But there were moments which were so seedy. But then I think that also is such a nod to London and being single and looking for love in a city like London, probably very similar to New York. I can't speak for New York because I haven't lived there, but I have lived in London. And there is like that really fun but seedy side to London. It's so amazing. Yes, it's so funny because I was in Bow, so I was like just across from Victoria Park to where they were filming heaps. So it was in Hackney, which is on the other side of Victoria Park to where I was. And
Hackney, Dalston, so gritty.
Yeah.
I love. Yeah. But that's it. So that was the penultimate episode. Because after that episode, I was like, oh fuck, like what? Why did they?
Yeah.
Why do they need to do that? And we've only got one episode to go. I would have liked maybe one extra episode, just an episode in between that one and the finale.
Here's a question. Do you think there'll be a season 2?
I don't know if there needs to be, because the whole thing is about the meet cute, right? And their love story. So no, I don't think, I mean, Netflix money though, like.
That's the thing is
if
it's a Netflix show. Yeah. I do know what I would love to see. And this is when I heard that Lena Dunham was writing a new show, I think I was under the impression that it was about people in their late 30s, early 40s. And I would love to see more of that. I think that's why I love the family scene so much, because you just see that dynamic where relationships are already established and they're evolved and there's different circumstances going on. I feel like Lena writes so well about things, like even though these characters that she writes about in Too Much are different from girls because they're not in their early 20s in New York, but it's still they're going through the start of a relationship. There's still like very young dynamics at play within
it's like that
series.
Honeymoon period where you're like stay up all night and like, you know, like you're just getting to know everything like about this person.
The 40-year-old parents doing drugs, like, which we saw a little bit of.
Oh,
but like,
yes, can we talk about that scene? The dinner party scene.
The dinner party scene.
Watson.
I was like, this is
I thought of you. I was like, this is Leah's dream. To be like, I don't know, you know, just like
rich.
So
to be able to
like
afford
no, but like just
Coke.
kind of like like just affording, you know, like the best of life and stuff, but still know how to have a good time, still down to earth, and just like, you know, still having fun, and like you're having a dinner party, which is, it's wholesome, it's cute, but then you go
and then
through
and then the neighbor comes over and brings a tray of
the gold tray of Coke.
This is so
I was like, oh my lordy. And then just the way that they were dancing. And then Felix, there's a scene that pans to Felix just in the corner, because obviously he's sober. So he's just standing there, like just watching everyone and loving it. Oh, so yeah, it's good. It's good. I
I
liked
did.
that. That episode was good. The Notting Hill episode. I loved that.
Yes, I would like to see that dynamic. Like, if we're going to have a season 2, maybe it's a completely different group of people and they're older and they're still in a city and they're just doing life, but like relationships are already established.
Oh,
Like
got
that,
you.
I
Like,
would just love to see her lean, like,
okay.
because Lena's
Yeah.
living through that now. Like, she's of
Yeah.
that age that she can write about that. Like, she will be seeing that
Mm.
around her friends and things. Maybe if she
Yeah.
stopped, like, stop hanging around Taylor Swift and go. No, love that for Lena. But I just want, that's what I want to see.
Mm.
That's what I want to see more of from
So, like,
Lena.
season 2 is a completely different story.
Yeah.
Completely
Or
different
just,
cast.
yes,
Kind
completely
of
different
thing.
cast, I think.
Yeah, that's what they did with that show, Love. I think it was called
Yes.
Love. It has
Yes.
like Anna Kendrick and
Yep.
So the fact that it was based on a true story, I feel like it's very loose, right? I think the only thing that was real was like Lena Dunham lived in New York, broke up with her long-term boyfriend, had to get away, moved to London, met someone else. I think that's
Yes.
basically it. But then, you know,
And then
like
he was like an indie musician.
he was an indie musician, so
Yes.
that's true. And then the ex, Zev, apparently is based off Jack Antonoff,
Yeah.
which I can kind
I can
of
kind of see,
the
especially with
douchebag
Margaret
qualities.
Qualley. I'm like, if anyone's going to be like the equivalent to Emrata, it's Margaret Qualley.
But I think it's not about, I think it's a combination. I've read it's a combination of Margaret Qualley and there's this influencer that he dated like directly after Lena called Carolina something.
Okay, yes. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. But apart from that, I feel like there wasn't too many similarities that I noticed with, like, I feel like she got like the bones of what she wanted the premise to be and then like built it out around that. Like it's not
and then
like
just added
literally
sprinkled bits of everything in. I loved her co-workers, especially the gay guy. His character was so, I was like,
so much
I want to play a character like that. It was so much, but it was so good. He's very much like the Shosh, you know, very fast-paced,
very Shosh,
very
so
witty,
Shoshana.
like funny, on the buzzer when it comes to like pop culture and like what's going on. In the world today. Loved the Vanderpump Rules
reference. Yes, everything has to have a Vanderpump Rules reference, honestly.
Seriously. So and also the Teresa Giudice, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, when that's Lena Dunham, when she's in her bed and she's like, "Mommy!" I loved that. Oh God.
Okay,
so
what
good.
to end it off?
Yeah.
Favorite quotes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Fuck. I have so many.
I have so many as well. Wait, I can't tell which is yours and mine. But anyway, I think I know. Hang on, no, mine are at the bottom. Okay,
yours are at the bottom.
Go.
Let me. Okay. This is from her grandma. You've got a lot of spirit. No waste, but a lot of spirit. I thought that was so fucking funny.
Grandma.
I think this one was so good. This is one by Felix. He goes, this is when they escaped from the hospital. And he goes, National Health Service says, Queen, do you even know what that is? We all got proper email about it over COVID. It's quite a big deal over here. And do you remember when they're all like outside in their apartments during COVID and they were just like clapping the NHS workers?
Don't remember that.
Like it was just such a big thing in London where they're like, oh my God, the NHS.
Oh, so that's good. Cute. I loved, my favorite one is, so Jess is like, if I don't sleep with the curtains open, then how will I know it's morning? And he's like, I'll tell you when it's morning. I can hear the curtains. I was like, take me out now. And then, the Notting Hill episode when they're fighting, that's a great scene. I think that was their like audition scene or his audition scene. Anyway, so
British Jones's Diary.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but no, when he's like, you're too much. Like it's a good thing. Like just the right amount and a little bit more.
I loved that. I was like, okay, but that's not what we think when we hear too much. Like, oh, you're so much. That would be you're so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how she says to him, you don't even have an electric bill. And that's so true. Like, how do you make money? It's just, wild.
Seriously, but how does he make money? He's just one of those, like, literally a survivor.
He's a
to him.
hustler. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like he's
gosh,
like,
Juju.
and also this is my thing. I'm like, okay, you don't make any. I guess maybe they get paid for their gigs that they do every now and then.
But it's
But
definitely
like,
not enough.
how are you affording to smoke? Like,
Yeah.
even
Oh,
rollies
yes.
are not.
Wait, I don't think
And,
they're
and
that expensive in England, though.
but that's just such a. I think that's just such a nod to his character. Is like he's does what he can scrape by, and he does what he wants.
Mm. Reminds me of my ex-boyfriend, that's for sure.
We all know someone who's like, if you just didn't smoke though, how much would you be saving? Especially
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Hi. We
Well,
just
on that
had.
note, you've got a baby to look after, and I also have a little baby where you've heard her mouse in the background,
Yeah.
which means we better be up.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, and if you have watched the whole series, like go and rewatch it. I think that's what I'm going to
Yes. Let
do.
us know what you think. Send us message.
Yeah, send us a message. Let's continue the chat because I'm
Yeah.
just obsessed.
Let's take this offline, guys.
All right.
Love
Bye,
you.
guys. Love
Say
you.
love
Bye.
you.
No, she's shy. Okay. Bye bye.